guys, your boy Sean Bellamy back with you with another episode of Philly Eagles Talk here on my Fly Eagles Fly channel. The game, I think, is like a minute or so left. It should be ending in a little bit now, but the Philadelphia Eagles did just beat, or pound, I should say, or dominate, whatever you want to say, the New York Giants 34-10 to improve to 8-7 and avenging our loss to the Giants, which, the loss we had a couple weeks, which still is inexcusable. We had against the Giants a couple weeks ago. So the Eagles now are 8-7 because of that win. The Eagles improved to 8-7. We're over 500 for I think the first time for a minute now. But we're 8-7 again, not a pretty record. But also on this great day, with us beating the Giants, going 8-7, and the Vikings losing to the Rams. The Vikings also lost to the Rams, I think 30-20. The Eagles are now sole position of the 7th seed in the NFC. So if the season ended today, the Philadelphia Eagles would be in the playoffs as a 7th seed. And I think right now we would be playing Dallas. I think Dallas is the 2 seed right now, which is crazy. I think Dallas is the 2 seed. The point is, the Eagles are in the playoffs right now because of our win against the Giants. Before I go over, what I hope happens, going forward, let's just go over the game real quick. Like I said, the Eagles did pound the New York Giants 34-10. This win was not super impressive or anything like that. I'm not going to be a person going to sit here and say that it was an impressive win. It was not. It was not that deep. We was at home. Well, it was deep because we needed to win. But we were at home, and the Giants are absolutely horrible. I know people will say, division rival, games where you're going, the Cowboys, Washington, or, those teams to me are more of a threat where I'm like, damn, it's division rival. We really got to play our game because, those games could turn into losses. The Giants this year is absolutely horrible. The Giants freaking suck. So I found it very disturbing to start the game. Throughout the entire first quarter, actually, the Philadelphia Eagles was playing down to the Giants' competition. It was not even funny. I almost wanted to throw my cup at the TV because I really am tired of these slow, brutal starts to bad teams. I'm not saying every play is going to be a positive play. I'm not saying the Eagles is going to score every possession. But there's just some teams, you should just absolutely just dominate out the gate. There's no excuse. The Giants are absolutely terrible. Their franchise is terrible. They were down to their 3rd string quarterback and Jake Fromm, who I actually like. I like Jake Fromm out of Georgia. I'm not saying right now he's a good quarterback in the NFL. And we know he's really gotten his chance like that. But nonetheless, they were down to their 3rd string quarterback. So the fact that we was struggling with this team to begin the game, just playing really sloppy. The offense looked just disjointed. Nick Sirianni wasn't running the ball as much as he should have, even though we've been putting up great numbers running the football, and running the football, they helped us as well. Jalen Hurts, it seems like at times the New York Giants is his kryptonite or something. Like to start games, he just comes off very sloppy and just really playing like a rookie quarterback. Like he doesn't do what he's supposed to be doing against a terrible team like that. But he did pick it up in the second half, as I'll go over the good and the bad in a bit. But, overall to start the game, at least the first half, it wasn't pretty. I think we went to halftime tied 3-3. And I think that's the very first time in 174 games between the Giants and the Eagles playing against each other. It was the first time in those teams' history going up against each other that it ever been tied 3-3. So again, it wasn't pretty. In the second half, though, we completely dominated them as far as, finally picking it up and scoring, causing turnovers and stuff like that, to the point where the Giants had to take out Jake Fromm and bring in Mike Glennon, who was their 2nd string quarterback. Daniel Jones, I think, has a neck injury. And the Giants decided, because, they're not going anywhere, they suck. They decided to shut down Daniel Jones for the rest of the year. And a report came out that the Giants will be bringing back Joe Judge and Daniel Jones next year for the 2022 season, which brings a smile to my face, because I tell people I do not believe in Daniel Jones, and Joe Judge is a horrible coach. So pretty sure all the NFC East teams from Dallas, Philly, and Washington is happy to hear that the Giants are doing something that stupid. But like I said, we pounded them 34-10. We're 8-7 now. Like I said, we're in the 7th seed right now. If we win out, as long as the Eagles win out, I think next week we got Washington. Then we finish the season against Dallas. I don't know how that Dallas game is going to go, because if Dallas is still going for that number 1 seed, I think the Packers have it right now. Or if Dallas is okay with just being content to just where they as far as winning the division or whatever. Dallas may not play their starters in the last game of the year, so that game could be a walk in the park. I'm only bringing that up because the last time we saw Dallas, they beat our asses earlier in the season. Or they could try to play the role spoiler. If we need a win near the last game of the year, the Cowboys probably could just play their starters just to keep us out the playoffs. I don't know. But we got Washington next week, so that's where our main focus should be. We beat Washington just last week. Actually on Tuesday, and then turn around beating the Giants on Sunday today. So yeah, 8-7, got the number 7 seed. As far as the good and the bad, I kind of went over the game a little bit. Like I said, the bad was the first half. Like I said, it was just absolutely just slow, brutal to watch. It was just painful to watch the offense. Like I said, I would say this about Jalen Hurts. My grade for him went up to a B, I guess. I had given him like a C, a C plus, a C minus throughout the game, but he kind of picked it up and did very well in the second half. I told people about this with Jalen Hurts, and I'll constantly keep saying this. I don't know if I do know. I'm still not a believer in him as being our quarterback of the future, but I definitely think the man deserves another chance next year. I definitely think he's shown me enough that he deserves another shot where we'll see when the Eagles do with these 3 first-round draft picks that it seems like we will have going into the draft, in this offseason. So I think he does deserve to get that opportunity. I don't think we should look for another quarterback or anything like that. I just know for me personally, I do know at this time, I wouldn't choose him as the future. But again, I still think he deserves another shot instead of us just trying to fish for another quarterback and see if it works out. One of my biggest things, my pet peeves with him, and a lot of people's pet peeves, is Jalen, when he's a one-read quarterback at this time. One-read quarterback. When he literally locks on a wide receiver, it could be Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert, doesn't matter. If he looks at his first read and it's not there, he panics. He never, ever sees the field and shows any type of field vision when he's when there's a couple of times he had Dallas Goedert wide open in the first half. Definitely, I don't know if it was second quarter where the Eagles was trying to score, was at the goal line, and Dallas Goedert was wide open in the end zone. And that's happened way too much this season. You would think by week 15 that he would get out of this shit, but he hasn't. I don't know what Nick Sirianni is telling this dude. Someone that's supposed to decide, say, Jalen, you have got to start seeing the field more, dude. If Devontae Smith or Dallas Goedert or Jalen Reagor, whoever is out there you're trying to look at, is not open, dude, you have got to start looking, and because he's getting the time. He's not. I'm not saying the offensive line's been perfect, but he's been getting like a good amount of time in the pocket. So it's like as soon as he doesn't see his first read, he immediately starts looking to run. Like, he just puts his head down. He's just not looking to throw the ball. But like I said, he wasn't horrible today, but that's just one of my biggest pet peeves with him. We've seen that constantly throughout the year. So hopefully next year, as his experience grows, he'll understand he got to stop doing that when he's watching a game film. Because I'm pretty sure they're going to show him tomorrow or Tuesday, whenever they have practice again, in the film room, he missed Dallas Goedert wide open. And I'm pretty going to kick himself about that. Like, it was a simple, easy touch pass. He could just give to Dallas Goedert in the quarter of the end zone. There was no Giants players near him earlier in the game. And because he missed that, we had to settle for and he threw a pass to Quez Watkins that was like 5 yards away from the end zone, which is not even close to the touchdown. We end up settling for a field goal to go 3-3 instead of being up 7-3. So again, you learn, live and learn. Again, he did pick it up in the second half. He threw 2 touchdown passes, one to Devontae Smith, which was a beautiful footwork by Devontae Smith, and then a touchdown pass to Lane Johnson, of all people. Lane Johnson, offensive lineman, got a touchdown. So Jalen, he did better in the second half. It definitely was a better in the second half performance. Also talking about Nick Sirianni. Nick Sirianni was in COVID health protocol. I think he missed the game. I don't know if he missed the game last week with the Eagles had Washington. But he was basically in COVID protocol for a couple of days. He did get to coach this game. I think Nick Sirianni could be a good coach. Again, the biggest problem I have with him is he just refuses. A lot of Eagles fans have a problem is that he tries to get too cute. Like, to start the game in the first half against the Giants today, he tried to be very pass-heavy to try to open up this horrible, and they are horrible, the horrible Giants defense. But again, man, stick to what works. Run the football down their throat. No team can stop the Philadelphia Eagles at this time. I'm just saying that right now. Running the football, dude. They have been very, very well all season running the football. I think we're number 1 in the NFL in rushing. Like, I don't understand why Nick Sirianni tries to be cute. Just run the football, man. I don't know who else needs to hear this, but I'm telling people, I don't know who else needs to hear this, but It's literally right there. The blueprint is right there. Because Jalen Hurts, excuse me, Jalen Hurts at this time is not proven to be that guy as the passer that you feel like you can trust to keep, put up points as far as if we just became a pass-heavy team. We are a run-heavy team. 70% run, 30% passing, and keep it at that, man. There's nothing else you should be trying to do with Jalen Hurts. He's going to throw, get some play action there. He does very well once the running game is going. When you just try to put it all on his shoulders, it's not working out. And it's been proven this year. So stick to the running game. We'll be fine. There was not really a lot of bad, like I said, besides that slow start. So that was kind of my bad. The slow start, the brutal start to these terrible teams, to the Giants. We shouldn't be doing that. But overall, you guys, yes, we did win. I didn't have a script, so sorry if I was all over the place. We did win. Like I said, we dominated the Giants. Like I said this like 5-6 times. We are now 8-7. We are the 7th seed. It's not sexy. It's not cute. But listen, we're in the playoffs right now, and we control our own destiny. There's nothing else I love more than when a team controls their own destiny. They don't need this team to lose and this team to lose and all this other stuff. The only time I care about another team need to lose if we was trying to get a number 1 seed or a first round bye or whatever. And it's like, hey, if this team loses and we win, we could jump them. No, I control your own destiny. Just win and you're in the playoffs. I would rather my Eagles, even though I don't see us really winning Super Bowl or anything this year, I would rather the Eagles be in the playoffs so I have something to cheer for instead of sitting at home and cheer for the Dallas Cowboys to lose. I don't want to keep, because if Dallas gets in and we don't, then you're going to have constant people like, oh my goodness, man, we Dallas lose. I'm just happy when now we're in. I think Dallas already clinched the playoff spot. So, yeah, I'd rather have something to cheer for instead of waiting for the whole rest of the playoffs to hope Dallas lose. So, we win. We just win. We're in right now. We control our destiny. We cannot lose any more games, yo. Just win out. Next week it starts with Washington. And then, like I said, with Dallas, that's a toss-up. I'm not going to sit here as an objective Eagles fan and sit here and say, oh, my goodness, that's an easy win. We don't know how Dallas is going to play that last game of the year. Again, they could sit their starters just to be ready for the wild card game if they don't get the number 1 seed, or they could be trying to play the role of spoiler and get us out and play Dak and Zeke and all them dudes, Micah Parsons, all them guys. So we will see. Again, a good win today. Like I said, we did what we were supposed to do, and we are now the 7th seed. Also, shout out to the Rams. Thank you so much for beating the Vikings and putting us in this position. Besides it, you guys, I'm out. Peace.